everyone, and welcome back to Southeast Iowa Video Network's Community Profiles. I'm your host, Greta Clemens, and we are powered by KCTC. I'm excited to bring somebody in from Washington County Hospital and Clinics. I'm always excited to do that. So today I am joined with speech therapist, Stephen Loew. So welcome.
Thank you.
Excited to have you. Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. I always love to combine my jobs, I guess, if you will. So he is here today to talk about the Parkinson Voice Project and a little bit more about that. So let's first do just a quick introduction. Who you are, what do you do?
My name is Steve, as you said, and I am a speech language pathologist. I am the head speech language pathologist at Washington County Hospitals and Clinics, but I'm also the only one.
I was going to say, and the only.
So by default, yep.
Awesome. And how long have you been at the hospital?
4 years. It'll be 4 years in February.
That went fast.
I know.
Yeah.
I always have to kind of go back and figure out. It was February of 2022 when I started.
Awesome. So what, how did you become interested in speech pathology? Yeah.
It just kind of found me, actually. I was at the University of Iowa. I was a linguistics major. And I had a TESOL emphasis, which is to teach English as a second language. And some of my curriculum crossed with communication science and disorders. And I met a couple, students that were in there, became lifelong friends. And they were like, you should really take a look at this program. And I ended up taking, after I graduated in 2007, I immediately enrolled again to take prerequisites in communication science and disorders. And I just never looked back.
Nice. So this all started in 2007. So it's been...
I graduated in 2007 and immediately
almost 20 years.
Enrolled back in classes, which is kind of crazy to think about.
That is crazy. Yeah. Awesome.
But then I ended up getting accepted to the University of Northern Iowa in 2011, and I just love it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's super cool. And then specifically today, we're talking about those with Parkinson's. So what led you to that group, and how'd you get interested in that?
Again, it kind of found me. 90% of people with Parkinson's will have some sort of problem with their voice, speech, or swallow.
Okay.
And, those kind of referrals as a speech pathologist come to me. And initially in my career, I just continued to get this population on my caseload. And I just continued to search for ways to better provide therapeutic services for them. And, constantly researching, doing clinical education units, and just really focused on that population. And eventually I ended up finding this program that we're here to talk about today.
Yes. So that program is the Speak Out Therapy Program. So what is it? What exactly is it? What does it do? Who's it for? It's
run by a nonprofit organization called Parkinson Voice Project out of Richardson, Texas.
Okay.
And it is a complete comprehensive therapy tool to address the voices, the speech, and the swallow of Parkinson's disease and related disorders.
Okay. And one of the things you guys talk about in there is speak with intent, which is part of the program.
Absolutely.
What does that mean? Why is that so important for them?
To speak with intent means to speak with confidence, with effort. The word I like to use sometimes that they always laugh about is to speak with kind of like with gusto.
Yeah.
Speaking with intent is learning to override some of the symptoms that Parkinson's affects. So reduce motor and muscle control that people with Parkinson's experience. Individuals with Parkinson's will have like rigidity, slow movement. It can affect the muscles of the throat, the lips, the tongue.
Oh, wow.
So really giving them an ability to kind of override and be deliberate with these exercises and just in their daily life in general, whether it's speaking, eating, walking, everything, because Parkinson's can affect all of those type of things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was looking for it before we started because the YMCA was on here not too long ago. And I know they have like a boxing program as well. Rocksteady. I could not think of the name of it. I was trying to find it. And
some of this science came off of like the Big and Loud. There's, it kind of first started with physical therapy, doing these big movements for Parkinson's to override. And that's kind of what Rocksteady boxing has, the combinations where you're being deliberate, but also the cognitive aspect where there's combos, they have to think about it, all that fun stuff. Yeah. So this is definitely coming off of that science.
Building off of that.
Yep.
So if someone was interested in coming to the class, what does it look like? How is it structured? What are some of the things you do?
To come to the group session,
yes,
you need to first go and have therapy with me. So in order to do that, if you're having or experiencing with Parkinson's or related disorders, problems with your voice or swallow, you get a referral from your primary care physician and you bring that to Washington County hospitals and clinics. And, we get you on caseload and I do a comprehensive evaluation and go from there and address your clinical needs.
Okay.
Yep. And with Parkinson's, I'm usually voice, speech, and swallow.
Yeah. So then from there, you'll see if they're a fit for the group. And
because not everybody, some people have problems with swallow. Other people have problems with voice. They don't always have, the two together, but eventually at some point in time they may. But they come in and I basically address it. It doesn't always have to be Parkinson Voice Project with the Speak Out group, but if I feel like their voice and they need that, that's what we do. And there's roughly 25 lessons in the group, in the therapy program. It starts off kind of easy and continues to build. They have daily practice, daily exercise. They meet with me 3 times a week, 2 days on, 1 day off, 1 day on, and then they have homework.
Okay.
And so they'll go through this kind of skilled therapy with me for anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. Sometimes it takes 12 weeks. It just really depends on the patient and where they're starting with their Parkinson's.
Gotcha.
And then after that is when I transfer to the group that we have at Washington County hospitals and clinics. And that is free of charge, but it's an every week commitment.
Yes. So that's every Wednesday, if I'm right.
Every Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock. And then is that the Speak Out therapy program, or is the whole thing meeting with you, going through
the whole thing is the program. So first you come to learn how to do the voice exercises. Gotcha. You learn how to use intent. We kind of build up your muscle movement, your respiratory system. Gotcha. And then when I feel you're ready, I transfer you to the group. Perfect. But in order to get to that group, you also have to commit to once a week, because people with Parkinson's need that maintenance. That's the big piece that Parkinson Voice Project really honed in on, is that they need constant maintenance. And every single day, these individuals have exercise. They should be doing their exercises every day. And if they come to group and they haven't been doing their exercises, I will know.
You will know. He will find you. No. How many people are in the group?
5.
So it's a nice little group that you probably get to know pretty well and work closely with. And
hoping to expand
and keep growing.
5, and they're very consistent.
Awesome. Very cool. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to chat a little bit more about joining the group and a couple other questions. So we will be right back.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
3, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Brushlers House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back to Community Profiles. I have been chatting with WCHC speech therapist Steve Loew, and we have been chatting about Parkinson Voice Project and the Speak Out Therapy program. So we've been chatting a little bit about those things and how it works and who can get involved and things like that. But we're going to jump right back in and just kind of keep going. So we have lots of questions to answer. So what are the kinds of improvements that you see from the people that participate in this group in communication and confidence? And
definitely both. Confidence, but I see improved in their volume, improved in the clarity of their speech, improved breath support for both speech and for swallow. Their vocal quality improves. They have, more emotion, more improved intonation. Their facial expressions, actually. So you got like some nonverbal because they're moving the muscles of the face.
I didn't even think of that.
With that, all of that just kind of gives them more confidence to communicate with, in the community, family, and loved ones.
Very cool. I wouldn't even think about face expressions. So
because as your voice kind of dwindles with Parkinson's, you can be, if people have difficulty hearing you, they kind of just submiss, and move on type thing.
You don't think about how it's affecting other people.
Right. You're trying, the listener is always asking for, can you repeat that? Or they're having really hard time hearing them. So it just gives them a voice back to communicate, which is very important as humans.
Yes, very.
Everything,
really cool.
Everything we do as humans, I feel, is around food and conversation. Right. So if you have swallow disorders and voice disorders, that really, quality of life can really be affected.
Yeah. So that's really cool that this group and this group and program can really help them with that. So, so we've talked about speaking and you've mentioned swallowing, and you did say the program does help with swallowing, which is another concern for those with Parkinson's.
With Parkinson's, you're always concerned about aspiration and aspiration pneumonia because it does affect the same musculature for voice and for speech as also for swallow.
Yeah.
So, that becomes a risk to their health if they're having these type of swallow problems. Aspiration, where food or drink is going into the lungs, sometimes they don't feel it. And that can lead to pneumonias and other issues in that way. Most of my group members, depending on where they are when they come see me for evaluation, a lot of them have had a swallow study that we do at Washington County hospitals and clinics. And that gives me a baseline.
Gotcha.
Most of my, this is for the voice and it does transfer to the swallow, but a lot of my members have also undergone some form of swallow therapy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So I know a lot of these individuals with Parkinson's do have caregivers that attend to the different things with them. Is that the same case for you? Is there things they can attend?
For the group?
For any of it.
For any of it?
For any of the Speak Out therapy program, the group.
So the group is for the members to work on their exercises and that type of things. We're really loud in there. And, you talk about 5 or 6 members of the group. So it can, loved ones and caregivers don't want to be in there during that.
They're like, nope.
During that time. Yeah. But we are starting to have, and we're adding more educational pieces to it. For example, next week, Wednesday, will be our first guest speaker, and it will be the dietitian at Washington County Hospitals and Clinics, Taylor Stevens, and she will discuss with Parkinson's, among the group regarding nutrition and, within her scope of practice.
Very cool.
So I hope to have more professionals, physical therapy, occupational therapy, part of our rehabilitation services that I work with as well. Yeah. We have a really good team there. So I'd like them to come in, maybe bring in, some of the doctors, pharmacists, but also keep it educational for the loved ones.
Yeah. So caregivers would benefit more from those
situations.
Yeah.
And so I gave them 2 weeks notice and, next week, Wednesday, loved ones and wives and spouses and husbands will all come in and kind of, hear that educational piece with Taylor Stevens.
Very cool.
And I hope to kind of keep that going because, the more knowledge is power. So the more knowledge we have about Parkinson's and for everybody, not only the members, but the loved ones, it's beneficial for our community.
That's cool. That's really nice. You're going to offer that and invite them to come and join. So very cool.
This is therapy and that'll be educational for them.
Yes.
But there is a Parkinson's support group, which is completely different, but still part of the Parkinson's community. And that's in Kelowna. And I think it's once a month.
Okay.
And I believe my members told me it's the third Tuesday of the month, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I bet the Kelowna Chamber has it or something.
Yeah, you might want to look that up. There is a support group for Parkinson's in this area as well. But they are, different. This is more for, the exercise and the skilled part.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. So lots of organizations out there to help these.
Like you mentioned, Rocksteady Boxing.
Yeah. I wasn't super familiar with Parkinson actually until you and I talked about this a while ago, and then Rocksteady came, and then I didn't know about that support group. So yeah, it's definitely growing, which is awesome to be able to support those individuals. So
absolutely.
Very cool. I know we kind of talked about it, but who is eligible to join this group? How can someone get referred? How does that work?
Anyone with Parkinson's or Parkinson's related disorders can come to the group. Like I said, you just ask your primary care physician for an order and get that order sent to us at Rehabilitation Services at Washington County Hospitals and Clinics.
Okay. And then they'll expect, which we kind of talked about as well, a first session with you and going from there.
Yeah, kind of a comprehensive. I make them do some reading, some talking. I usually record them with the video so I can show progress in the future. I use a sound meter to capture their voice and decibel level so I can figure out where they are. Normal range of speech is somewhere between 72 and 78 decibels. People with Parkinson's are usually lower, and that's why it's hard to understand or hear them. Yep.
Okay. I did not know that, 72 to 78. So
me, I'm a little bit louder.
Yeah. I was like, I'm thinking like my husband's probably like 100.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm just kidding. But
my mom always said I'm the loudest person in the room. So I'm probably closer to like 80.
80. That's funny. Is there a cost to join this? Is it covered by insurance, or how does that work?
So the skilled part, the treatment part, that goes through insurance. That I defer to our amazing hospital staff who deals with that. Yeah. They can give you all the information as to what your insurance covers, if there's any out-of-pocket cost for the initial treatment of, 4, 6, 8. It just depends on what the person is with Parkinson's. After that, when you transfer to the group, no charge.
Very cool.
The charges, there's no charge. It's it's from Washington County Hospitals and Clinics, allowing me to do my thing.
Yep. Yeah, do your thing.
Give these individuals. But with that said, I keep close tabs on them. I said that it's an every week thing. They have exercise every day, but it allows me to kind of see where they are. And if they need to come back in, then I just say, hey, pull them aside. Hey, I think you need to come back in for a few sessions with me to get back up to where you are. And I also just like it because now we have these individuals with Parkinson's. They need, not just speech. They need nursing care. They need doctor care. They need physical therapy, occupational therapy. So we have, this tight knit group that we can kind of continue to give them the services that they need.
Yeah, that's super nice. And you guys all communicate with each other. Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. So you have a nice group. You said 5 in the support, or not support group, the therapy group. I don't know what to call them. Out of that group, have you had some success stories as a individual, as a whole? Any cool things to mention from that?
I'd say my biggest is as a whole. Like the biggest success I've had is that they all showed up on day one.
Yeah.
As you know, my biggest goal was to launch this for Parkinson's Awareness Month in April, and we hit that target the last Wednesday. Literally the last Wednesday. It was, I think, the last day of the month. Yeah. But we hit it, and my success story is that they just continued to come. They showed up all on day one. They see the benefit of it.
That's awesome.
And it's just been really good.
Awesome. They
just keep feeding off of each other.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I've seen is where, they really hold each other accountable. They continue to push each other. And I've just seen even from where I was seeing them for therapy, just the level has really increased.
Yeah.
I can tell that they're doing their exercises. They're carrying over the exercises.
Yeah.
Funny story. Most of my guy members all do their exercises in the car.
They're like, I'm hiding out in my car doing them.
It's a niche that I guess they all have.
That's funny.
But
Where'd you do your exercises yesterday? Oh, in my car.
Yeah. In the pickup, driving for wherever I was going.
That's funny.
Yep. It's pretty funny.
So do they just practice like different sounds, or what is the?
So there's 6 components to the therapy program. There's a warm up. There's a sustained for 10 seconds. There's a glide, which everyone will all tell you they hate the glide. They try and skip it every single time. There's counting, which really helps on just like the thought process, and then you go into some reading.
Okay.
And then there's a cognitive exercise, which is supposed to stimulate more of spontaneous speech while using your intent, not dropping your volumes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have those 6 components. And then I always build in some fun stuff. We play games. We do all kinds of funky stuff in there. Yeah. It's fun.
That sounds fun. So what do you hope the individuals who are part of this class take away, not maybe only with their speech, but maybe just in their lives in general?
Confidence.
Yeah.
I want them to be confident.
Yeah.
You know, Parkinson's is getting a diagnosis of Parkinson's it can be tough to deal with. It can be debilitating.
Yeah.
So just giving them the confidence to be able to communicate. And like I said, everything is around food and conversations. So, you know, I really think just giving them the tools to enhance the quality of their life.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What advice would you give somebody who's maybe newly diagnosed with Parkinson's?
You have choices. Yep. There's a lot of people out here to support you.
Yeah.
And, you know, it can be, like I said, very debilitating to get a diagnosis of Parkinson's, but you know, there's so many options in this area, professionals, physical therapy, occupational speech therapy. You have lots of options.
Yeah.
So use them.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible how many things are out there in our tiny little town, but it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, again, if you're interested in joining the group, a referral is required from your provider. So just make sure you chat with them. You can schedule an appointment online. Plug MyChart.com, MyChart, WCHC. Oh my gosh, WCHC.org/MyChart. Schedule an appointment, talk to them, get a referral.
Hope to see you there.
Yeah. Anything we've missed? Anything you want to mention?
I don't think so. I think you covered a lot of it. I appreciate the time.
Yeah,
you guys gave me here to hopefully bring some new members in.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And if
get a bigger room.
Yes. A bigger soundproof room so you guys allowed and going above 78 decibels, but maybe not, who knows. But if you have any questions, you can always reach out to our rehab team or visit WCHC.org. We do have information on there as well. Or you can visit the Parkinson Voice Project website as well. I know they have a lot of information as well on there. So
what is it? ParkinsonVoiceProject.org.
That sounds right. Yeah. And we can link it below for you guys so you can check it out there. But lots of awesome resources in Washington. So make sure you guys check them out. But that is it for this week. So thank you for joining us and coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hope you guys have all enjoyed the warm weather this week. But we will see you guys next week.